I haven't been as present as usual on YouTube lately because our family has had some big changes that came with some really hard trials, but some amazing triumphs too, and it's a lot to explain. But in today's video, I am going to do my best to fill you in. It has been a bumpy ride, but through God's grace and the power of prayer, we now have a beautiful new granddaughter to introduce to you. As some of you may know, our son Kyle and daughter-in-law Lauren lost their first pregnancy at 20 weeks, almost 1 year ago. And when they conceived again, we were so excited to welcome our granddaughter, who would be called Millie Grace. We had a big family baby shower given by my sister and her family, where we celebrated with gifts, good food, and a great time with our extended family. Just a few weeks after that, we got the news that Millie had arrived 2 weeks early, and we were preparing to travel from Texas back to North Carolina to meet her. Mom and baby were doing so well, and by all accounts, Millie seemed to be a healthy little baby. So we were very shocked when Kyle and Lauren called to tell us that Millie was being rushed to the hospital and would need life-saving open heart surgery for a congenital heart defect that was discovered the week following her birth. I got on a plane that very night and met them in the pediatric cardiac ICU at Duke, and this is me holding her for the very first time. The range of emotions I experienced in that moment were overwhelming, but mostly I felt gratitude to God for providing Millie with a series of small miracles to get her here before her condition became life-threatening. You see, just a couple of days earlier, Kyle and Lauren took Millie to her pediatrician for a quick check follow-up for mild jaundice, which is a very normal newborn condition. The nurse practitioner heard what she thought could be a heart murmur and referred them to a local cardiologist. The cardiologist discovered her congenital heart defect and arranged for her to be admitted at Duke Children's Hospital right away. There we learned she had what's called an aortic coarctation and hypoplastic aortic arch. These things severely limited the flow of blood from her heart and could only be corrected through open heart surgery. My sister had picked me up from the airport and rushed me to the hospital that night, and the staff bent the rules, allowing us to film, FaceTime with Patrick, and stay well past visiting hours. All babies are born with a natural opening in their heart between their aorta and pulmonary artery called the ductus arteriosus. Under normal circumstances, this vessel closes naturally or becomes tiny within the first few days of life. Millie's remained open, another one of God's provisions, and once she arrived at Duke, they tried to keep it open with medication so that her blood could continue to bypass the defect in her aorta. But by the next morning, it started to close, and her surgery was performed right away. We thought we had more time before her surgery, and so the moments before she was taken were so hard. Lauren's sister was there with us, and together we prayed. We also prayed with both of her surgeons and her anesthesiologist, and even though we were scared, we were also given a peace from God that helped us feel that He was going to bring her through. And so instead of many sad photos, we smiled for this last photo, which seems a little strange, but I think it just reflects our trust in God that He was going to bring Millie through. These next few pictures are really hard to see, but Millie's surgery was a huge success, and her surgeons were really happy with how everything went and were confident that she would have a full recovery. Patrick and Peyton made it the next day, and the nurses made sure that Lauren, Kyle, and even Patrick were able to hold her even while she was attached to all the lines and monitors. Again, I was nothing but grateful to God for the success of her surgery, for the excellent nurses, doctors, and staff, for the series of events that helped her get here before things got really bad, for the prayers of countless family and friends, and especially for the strength that God provided to Kyle and Lauren. We couldn't be more proud of them. Millie spent the following 2 weeks recovering in the pediatric cardiac ICU and soon came off the ventilator. She continued to make a lot of progress in a short period of time, but the path wasn't always smooth. She had to undergo withdrawals from the strong pain medications. They were necessary, and this was an expected thing that she would have to go through, but of course it was really hard, and some days brought setbacks. But all in all, she did very well. Once again, we were just so grateful that we could be with them for most of it.
You. I bless you. Anytime, any place, you stand beside me and wait. I sing hallelujah. I bring my burden again to my Father and my friend. I sing hallelujah. Anytime, any place, you stand beside me and wait. I sing hallelujah. I bring my burden again to my Father and my friend. I sing hallelujah. Will you fill me here and now on this holy ground?
soon it was time for us to fly back to Texas, and soon after that it was time for Kyle, Lauren, and Millie to go home too. They sent us lots of pictures to keep us up to date on their life at home, and we packed up our Airstream to head back to North Carolina. This was our original plan for getting out to the East Coast from Texas, so we stuck to it and enjoyed staying at and exploring some new places along the way. We were able to stay right on the Mississippi where we could watch the barges and walk along the river, which recently had risen above flood stage. Driving across the country is never boring. Sometimes we encounter incredible things like these two huge pieces of equipment being transported. Let me know if you know what this is in the comments. We also had arranged a stop at Airstream Nuts and Bolts in Alabama for a couple of upgrades to our Airstream. You may recognize these guys if you follow KYD on YouTube. Then we finally arrived in Kyle and Lauren's hometown to be with them as we originally planned. We got to enjoy all the newborn moments with them, see Millie's nursery, and visit with our extended family too. We stayed in a beautiful RV park that was just minutes from Kyle and Lauren's home, so we could spend most of our days with them, but then allow them to settle in and enjoy their time as a new family on their own too. celebrated Mother's Day together, which of course was extra special this year. It was Lauren's first and my first as a grandmother. One night, we even took Millie out for sushi. Of course, she slept the whole time, but it was super fun for the adults. When Millie was awake and alert, we couldn't get enough of her, and if you've had enough of all of the baby pictures, I get it. But now that I'm a grandma, I'm kind of obsessed. Of course, as a grandmother, I'll do anything that seems to make Millie happy. I'm not even embarrassed to let you hear me sing. This one seemed to be her favorite.
Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low? Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low? You like that one, don't ya? Yeah.
Morning has broken, my windows are open. Wanna feel the wind blow through my hair. Which way do I follow? What happens tomorrow? I turn to you and hope you can guide the way. Sometimes I give up.
This was such a special time for us, and we are so grateful to Kyle and Lauren for letting us be a part of just the everyday things like bath time, feedings, and even diaper changes.
So I lean on you when I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. In times that are changing and when hope is fading, I know I can turn to your embrace. 'Cause there's so much beauty under your heaven, and I'm grateful every day. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my own. Even in the darkest times, you give me hope. So I lean on you when I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer.
We were also able to see our niece Savannah compete in the North Carolina State Championship track meet. She throws the discus, and we aren't usually able to see her in action, so it was a real treat for us. And just like that, our time together came to a close. So we filmed as much as we could on the last day so that we could capture as many Millie moments as possible. And then we headed back to Texas in our Airstream, making some new stops and revisiting a couple of our favorites along the way. I know that today's video was a little bit different, but I hope you enjoyed coming along with our family for this special time. I have missed seeing you on YouTube and have more videos coming soon. More homemaking content, of course, some summer fashion too. And if you let me know what you'd like to see more of in the comments, I'd love to bring you more of what you'd like. So be sure to leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful week.